aka 24 Days.
What's up? And I'm Angel, and welcome to
Path to a King podcast. So this is a new podcast that we started. This is a self-improvement podcast, and it's gonna be amazing. You want to tell them about it?
Yeah. So I know there's a lot of self-improvement podcasts out there, but a lot of them are being taken down. So we're just trying to give you guys another avenue to go to, so you guys could get advice. And at the same time, we're not perfect. We're still growing ourselves. So we're gonna be on this journey with you guys. Whatever we're doing, whatever we're telling you guys to do, or advice we're giving you, we're also doing ourselves every day.
So yeah, exactly what Angel said. So you guys are watching the first episode, so it's not too professional. We're sharing one mic. We're in a random room, but it's gonna get better. You guys are watching the first episode, and what separates our podcast from the other self-improvement podcasts, because you might be thinking, why watch us, right? Because we know a ton of knowledge on self-improvement. Obviously, we're not there yet. We're not at the very top. But the thing about us is we're gonna apply that knowledge. We're on a journey starting today. We already started before recording this. So every single thing that we say and every single thing that we tell you is stuff that we learn and stuff that we're doing. So you're gonna watch this first episode, and then you can watch us in 3 years, and you're gonna get a step-by-step journey of how we grew from today to 3 years or whatever time it is from now. And you're gonna be able to look back and you're gonna see, remember when they started like this. And we want you all to come on this journey with us. So we're gonna start the self-improvement journey, and you guys are too. I want you guys to hold us accountable, and we're gonna hold you accountable as well.
Yes, sir. Anything we try that doesn't work, we're gonna give you guys a heads up. We're not here to misguide you. Like Anthony said, we're just trying to better ourselves and better you. So
Yeah, Angel hit it right on the head. But exactly. So if we ever try something, whatever it's about, if we ever try something like a way to make money or like something with a girl, something while working out, and it doesn't go well, we're gonna tell you guys so you do not make the same mistake, and we expect you guys to do the same, right? And if we do something that does work, I can't wait to share it with you guys. And so moving on from that, some details about the podcast. So we're planning on posting every Monday and every Friday. So I chose these 2 dates very specifically. So it's gonna be Monday at 6 a.m. So why is it going to be Monday at 6 a.m.? Because that's the time that we're both going to go to the gym. And that's the time that we want you guys to work out. Starting Monday morning, we're going to post at 6 a.m. so you can listen to it. Put your headphones on while you work out and listen to this podcast. Get the motivation Monday morning. And the second day is going to be Friday at 6 p.m. So Friday, after you accomplish everything for the week, you can celebrate for the moment, but don't celebrate too much. Get back to work next week. But celebrate for the moment. I celebrate every Friday. Do something fun, hang out with my friends every Friday, record a podcast. So Friday at 6 p.m., watch it, grab a snack, have some fun. Those are the 2 dates.
Yep. And you said we're gonna be going. No, we're already going to the
Exactly.
gym. We're already starting this. We're just telling you guys to hop along and keep it going. But yeah, we strategically did this, and we're gonna be on multiple platforms. We're gonna be on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. It's a little difficult, but we're gonna try our best to be out there for all the Apple users. We know that's very popular. And what's the last one?
We're gonna have TikTok and Instagram account.
Oh yeah, we're also gonna have TikTok and Instagram accounts. So we'll be posting clips of our podcast. Any new information that we want you guys to keep you updated, we'll let you know. And we started this, like I said before, there's a lot of podcasts out there that are already doing this, but they're going down. So the people we look up to that we really appreciate, that made us want to do this, is obviously Andy Tate and his brother, Tristan Tate. Sneeko, you see, Sneeko was already on his self-journey path, but the brothers helped him to get even better. And now he's doing the same thing with Aiden. Now Aiden is walking along the path with Andrew. So, we just want to help people. We also appreciate Jordan Peterson, all these very educated people that are in high positions. We look up to them, and we want to be like them one day. Obviously, everybody has their flaws, but they're meant to look up to. We don't want to look up to people that don't do anything with their lives. So that's the reason why we're doing this. We want to help you guys. We're both God-fearing men. We love God, so this is sentimental to us because we're giving people something to work with, we're giving back to the community. So it makes us feel good, and then we would love to see your results once we get big enough that we have people answer any questions, stuff like that. But Today we're gonna start off by how to better yourself.
So yeah, we're gonna head into that. Before we go into that topic, I want to tell you guys about my inspiration for a little bit. So obviously, just like Angel, I looked up to Andrew Tate, but there's a reason for that. The reason I did that, the reason why I'm a big fan, I guess you can say supporter, is because when I was 15, I'm now 18, so 3 years from now, when I was 15, I used to want to be good at everything. Like I used to literally write down a list of like a ton of skills. I used to see these people on social media, like music, boxing, fighting, working out, stuff like even like skateboarding, editing. I used to want to be good at every single thing. I used to want to be like that guy, be good at everything, lack no skills. So I wrote them all down on a list and I kept working on them. And then when I saw Andrew Tate literally come out, he's obviously way older than me, but he came out and he literally did every single thing that I wrote down I want to be. Before he even became famous, I went and he's like, that's the life that when I was 15 that I told myself I would live when I guess I'm 30. So, that's why I think he's a perfect example. And then obviously he talks about the Matrix. I believe that there's a Matrix. And then I believe that way before I started watching Andrew Tate. If you guys don't know, there's somebody called Illuminati, and he has a spiritual channel called Spiritual So. That's who I used to watch. And he's a spiritual YouTuber. I kind of like left that spiritual place, but he used to talk about the Matrix in every single video. He used to talk about, the elites and what they're doing in the world. So, and then when Andrew Tate obviously came, he kind of like, I already knew it was true, but he just confirmed it. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the first topic, how to better yourself. So what are we starting out with?
Okay, so when you think about how to better yourself, you think about working out, making money, temptation, discipline, mindset, but it all starts at home. Hygiene. You want to smell good, you want to have a clean face, you want to have nice hands, well, at least not like fucked up fingernails, dirty nails, stuff like that, Obviously, if you're a working man, you go to the gym, you're gonna have calluses, your hands are gonna be rough, but that's all part of the progress. So hygiene, keeping your face clean, showering, maintaining your hair, whether you have hair or you style your hair, just make sure it's clean, it's healthy, because whether you like it or not, everybody looks at that. Everybody likes to say like, oh, don't judge a book by their cover, but in all honesty, that's not true. Like everybody comes in predetermining what kind of person you are, regardless if you like it or not. So you want to be decent, you want to be a parent, look pleasing visually, and the reason for that is maybe you'll find that girl that you're gonna be with is gonna be your girlfriend, or maybe you find your next employer, your next boss. You never know who the people are around you. So you want to be respectful, you want to look good in every day, regardless of where you go. But I started doing this recently, my skincare routine. It's not on point right now, but obviously I'm getting better with it. I'm trying to be more consistent with it, because at first it is kind of a hassle, but like you just got to make it a habit so that it's something normal.
Yeah, perfectly said. And adding on to that, another big thing, I don't know if you touched on it, but clothes. Oh, you said look good. So the clothes that you dress has a huge impact on you. And then, so I started this year. There's periods in my life where, I didn't care about what I dress. And then there's periods where, I try to look good every day. And this is one of those periods where I'm trying to look good every day. Hopefully I can stay. And the reason for that is respect. So if I see, it's just subconsciously, even if you don't mean to judge somebody, if you see a guy, just with shorts and a t-shirt, you're not going to respect them as if he's wearing, nice pants, a nice shirt, maybe a nice jacket, a nice watch. So, something like that, not only does it attract more girls, because it shows that you're taking care of yourself. It shows that you think highly of yourself. And subconsciously, if you wear better clothes, it'll make you more confident. Like there's better ways, obviously, to be confident, but it just adds that little boost. And then it gets men and other people to respect you. So that's why.
Yeah, and how you said, like, dressing better. Like, there's this old saying in sports: you look good, you feel good. That's why when people like go to the gym or when they're working out or something, like a lot of big people they're bodybuilders or work out, they say like you want to feel good with yourself with what you have on, for the same reason that it gives you confidence. And you want to do this on a day-to-day basis. Like Anthony said, I went through the same thing where there was periods where I was like really on what I was wearing, and other times I didn't really care. but like him, I want to be looking good every day, and I feel like as of late I've been doing that pretty well. But obviously, like you hit those days where you're like, damn, like I'm just gonna throw something on. Like I'm lazy, I'm tired. But you got to keep that discipline. That's part of it. And also when it comes to clothes, like it doesn't have to be name brand or anything. Like if it looks good on you, wear it regardless of the brand. Obviously, like you want quality clothes, like nothing that's gonna ruin really fast. Like you want to make an investment that it's gonna make you look good, but also it's gonna last you a while. And you could go to your timeless classic, the black t-shirts, white t-shirts, solid colors. And you could go for the print. I mean, I'm wearing an Aeropostale shirt today. I just like the brand. They're affordable and they have quality clothes. It has nothing to do with the name. It's just whatever suits you. So don't be like, oh, I have to get Gucci, I have to get Prada, I have to get whatever designer brand you think is at the top right now. Just wear what you think, wear what makes you confident. If you think you look good, you go out there and you wear that. Regardless of what other people think. Because if you think you feel good, or if you feel good wearing it, everybody else is gonna respect you.
Exactly, bro. I don't want to keep saying perfectly said, but like, dude, we think the same. Like, I would have said the whole thing. Apologize for the one mic. Hopefully by the next week we're gonna get another one, so we can both talk at the same time. But yeah, so moving on from that, or kind of staying in the same, but I want to talk about why you should improve yourself, because you might be watching like and not care, like why? What's the point? I'm gonna tell you the point. So first of all, it's gonna make you happier. That's number one. It's gonna make you feel better about yourself. Opportunities. If you just want a better life in general, like you only have one life, you want to make it the best you possibly can, right? And that's the main reason. So, you might think, so I know a lot of people who used to think life is too short to work out. Life is too short to care. And then if you can have that mindset and you can have fun, but then, once you get older or once you see other people do it, you're going to feel bad and you're going to understand why you should have been doing it. And then another thing, I want to kind of share a little story that I had. I used to go on vacations, and every time, this was like a few years ago, every time I'd go on a vacation and I'd look and I'd see somebody like with abs and like a better physique than me, or I'd see somebody with like a fire car, and I used to get jealous. I used to be jealous, and I used to be like, yeah, but he might not be a happy person, I like myself this way. And you can't love yourself this way, but what I learned is it's better to feel jealous and put in the work than try to convince yourself that you shouldn't feel jealous, because you absolutely should feel jealous. I used to convince myself I shouldn't feel jealous, I can be happy anyways, and that's true. But instead, if you do feel jealous and you embrace that there's a reason you're supposed to feel that way, because that's motivation to work harder to get that. So I'd rather see somebody that's better than me and get jealous and work to get to that point, not hate on them, not get jealous to hate, but get jealous to, hate on, like, to feel that motivation, to feel that anger that I'm not like that and work to get there, then, try to make excuses and say, yeah, but he's not this, or I have this over him, so, stuff like that. And then, so that's why you should improve yourself. Trust me, it will make your life better. It's made my life a lot better, and I'm not even close to where I want to be yet. But if you want to ask the main thing, how to improve yourself, like where I'd say where to start, where I started, and the reason I am where I am is because of sports. That's the number one thing. I think, especially if you're young, like if you're, say, 12, 13, all the way up to 21, I think you should start a sport. That's the number. If you're not doing anything with your life, the first thing you should do is start a sport, and I'll tell you why. So there's three main reasons. Number one is networking. So when you start a sport, you're going to make better friends. You're going to have friends that are into sports. You're going to have friends that are most likely into doing other stuff related, like working out, having a good diet, taking care of themselves. So with better friends, you become like your friend. You become like the 5 closest people you hang around. So it's going to encourage you to be better as well. Number two, you're going to have a mentor in your life, most likely. If you play for a school team, if you play for an outside team, I guess not all teams, but most teams, you're going to have a coach. And that's the main reason why I have the discipline that I have. From years of ignoring my coaches when they used to all yell at me to, run that extra lap, not skip, not cheat. My coaches always used to be, they used to look at me, they used to be like, you're weak. Go hit the gym right now. That's why you can't score. I used to play basketball. And they always used to be like we used to run laps around the court. Sometimes I'd step on the line when you're supposed to go around, and he'd yell at me and make me run like 3 more laps for that. And I hated it. I hated my life back then, but I'm so glad I went through that because it taught me a lot. So that's the power of sports, and it's also fun. And if you there's so many sports, you're going to like one of them. And if you like one of them, it's going to encourage you to get better. And in order to get better, coming in hand with that is working out and having a good diet. And sports, workout, good diet, better friends, those 4 things are going to be an amazing way to start.
And To touch on what Anthony said about like when he went on a vacation and he saw somebody better than him, whether that was abs, cars, money, anything like that, and you get that jealousy, that's an amazing feeling. But not the feeling that like oh, like why do they have this, or they have this because they're XYZ, right? Like no, you have to feel that and use it as fuel. You change that jealousy into fuel, and just make, you know what, like I want to be like that guy, because growing up I did it myself, and I didn't notice it until like once I matured more and I started like trying to get better. When you see people that are better than you, you make excuses as to how they got there and why they got there, and you're like, you know, I don't want to talk to those people because they're stuck up, or like maybe they're bad people, maybe they're not happy, like Anthony said. But now that I see things, I see those people that they're more successful than me. They have that car that I want. They have the house that I want. They have like even the clothes, like nice suits, like top of the line stuff, right? I'm like, you know what? What did that guy do that I'm not doing? If I have an opportunity to talk to him, you know what? I'm gonna ask him, hey, how did you do it? I want to get there too. Show me how. I'm not gonna be like you know, you're just rich because you're white or something stupid like that. Like, you know, like I want to be like, you know what steps did you do to get there? Like show me the way. I'm not gonna hate on them. Like you wanna gain a knowledge. That's another part of bettering yourself. You just gotta learn things. And unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to play on a sports team at my school or anywhere, but I was always attached to sports. I always played like whenever I had free time. And although I didn't have the coach there behind me, I would go to YouTube. I'd watch other coaches I wanted to learn a move, or I'd look at Kobe. I'd look at LeBron. You know, all the big NBA players, and I'm like, I want to be like them. And I'd watch their videos, and I'd hear the stories of how the relentless work, and they just went at it after and over and over again. So even though I didn't have that coach, I had those other guys to look up to, and I'm like, you know, I want to be like them. And when I would want to give up, I'd be like, you know what, like that's not what they did. They kept going regardless of how terrible it was. They kept working at it and pecking at it. So like for example, like I remember, what was it? The summer of my 4th grade. Some kids on the court, like, cause I used to play basketball and I wasn't that great at it, but I played it for the fun of it. But this guy, he played on a team for years. Like since he was little, as soon as he could walk, his dad was like, you know, gave him the ball in his hand, and he was constantly doing basketball work. So, you know, obviously he was better than me. I guess at that time, I would be like, oh yeah, he's bullying me. But now I see it as like, yo, he was just pushing me. Like, he was obviously better. And you know what? That summer, I'm like, okay, I want to get better at basketball. Like, I want to be able to compete with this guy. So that whole summer, I had a ball in my hands. I taught myself how to dribble between my legs. I gained that ball control by myself. And that guy that kept on bullying me, I guess you could say, I don't consider it bullying, but he became my friend. And how I said, you see those people that are better than you? I'm like, you know what, he's better. So I asked him like, oh, hey, like I saw you do this. How do you do it? Can you teach me how? And he was like, you know, when you ask somebody like how to for them to teach you how to do something, like they love it, because they're like, oh, like
strokes their ego.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, like damn, like yeah, I'll show you. Like you look up to me like that. Like it makes them feel good. So I mean, it's an all around win. You can't hate on them. And this guy ended up being my pretty close friend. So it's stuff like that. Like yeah, sport will build discipline, but at the end of the day, it has to come to you. And like Anthony said, at the moment, he hated it. He didn't like it. But now you look back on it. And I could say the same, something similar to that when it was with my dad. But my dad, he's always on me, and like not in a bad way, but like as a kid I was like, man, like I don't like this. Like I thought my dad would, you know, like when you're a kid you're like, oh, my parents just want to make my life like terrible, right? But like now that I see it, now that I'm like on my own, like I see it, like the things he pushed on me that I found annoying, like I see the purpose to it now. And I'm like more thankful than ever that he put me through that, because I see other people that those are like simple tasks that my dad would always be on me about. And I see other people that they can't do it, or they do it so stupidly, and I'm like, I'm so thankful my dad pushed those things on me. You know, like, I appreciate it now.
Exactly, and my dad did the same thing. So we're lucky to have good fathers. My dad always used to teach me like simple things like good handshake, look somebody in the eyes, you know, head up, believe in yourself, be confident while you're walking. And I was like, he taught me these things when I was like in 5th, 6th grade. What do you think I was doing? 11 years old. I was walking with my head straight down, not shaking anybody's hand, dapping them up with like a noodle arm, not looking anybody in the eye. You know, I still had like a couple friends, but obviously, you know, nobody thought I was anything. But I guess 6th grade, you don't know anything. And then when I got older, as I started, you know, hearing more about doing those things, I look back at like, yeah, he was right, obviously. So, okay, so he's covered stories, we covered sports, working out, and working out and diet. We'll cover them in more detail later on. But now moving on, Angel touched on this at the end, so we're going to keep talking about mindset. So there's something called the victim mindset. And it's kind of the victim mindset. It's kind of something that I had a couple years ago. I used to have this mindset that, you know, I'm just going to wait for things to get better. It's this mindset that somebody is going to come to save me. And I realized that I'm going to tell you, nobody's going to come to save you. A hero does not exist. So I always used to be like, you know, I'm just going to wait for a girl to come, you know, accept me. You know, I'm going to wait for, you know, to get lucky, an opportunity, and to have like money coming in. And guess what? That didn't happen, obviously. The moments where my life changed is when I realized that no girl is coming. No random $100 bill is going to come in my wallet. I got to change. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you, you got to change. Nobody's coming to save you. You got to change your mindset. So I'm going to give you some tips that I learned on how to be more productive. So one thing that I can't say about myself is I'm extremely productive. I try not to waste a second in my day. And this is how. First thing, wake up very early in the morning. It doesn't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be like 4 or 5 a.m. if you don't want. If you don't want to, I'd recommend it. It's really fun. But if you don't want to, it doesn't have to be. But at least I'd say if you wake up before 7. Wake up before 7 a.m. and it helps. If you wake up in the morning, you feel more refreshed and you feel like you have to do something. Because when you wake up at 6 a.m., you know, you don't wake up at 6 a.m. to play video games 99% of the time. You don't wake up at 6 a.m. and say, you know, I'm just going to wake up early to watch this movie. You can do that anytime. So when you wake up in the morning, your brain thinks, why did I wake up? I must have something to do if I woke up early, right? And you do have something to do. So that's why you have to wake up early. Your brain's going to think, I have something to do, and you do, and you go and do that. Whether it's workout, whether it's get to work. So waking up early is a hack. It's going to make you more productive. It's going to make you do things. So that's number 1. Number 2 is watch self-improvement videos and podcasts such as this one. And they're going to teach you a lot of things. And surround yourself. It's hard to surround yourself, I guess, with rich people, what I was going to say, or successful people. That's the better word. But you can watch successful people. Now with social media, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Instagram, and a lot of people watch successful people, back to what I was saying earlier, and they get depressed. But surround yourself with successful people who want to teach you things. So then you can look at their life and you can be like, I want to be that. And that's going to give you a lot of motivation in the morning. And then if you don't give up. That's obviously an obvious one, but for real, if you're on a journey, if you're starting something, whatever it is, if you literally, it's gonna start out horrible. Do not expect it to be good, but if you keep going past, I'd say the first 1 to 2 weeks, it gets so fun. Here's an example. One time I started I start this every year, to be honest. I start kind of New Year's resolution, but I make an entire schedule and plan my day, hour by hour, things I'm gonna do to improve myself, to get rich, get better, all that. And then, so usually this is how it works. Every single year, started this 2020, this is the 2020, 21, the 4th year I'm doing it. So it always starts out, first week, horrible. I hate doing it, I want to stop. Second week, I figure out it's all right. I'd rather be doing something else, but I don't mind it. And the 3rd week, my life changed and I like doing it. And I just keep going. So that's my last thing. It's pretty cliche, but don't give up.
How Anthony said to surround yourself with successful people. Yeah, that's difficult. Obviously, we don't have multi-billionaire, millionaire friends, but even surrounding yourself with people that share your mindset. For example, me and Anthony, we share a lot in common. We have the same goal. We have the same image for ourselves. And look, we're together and look what we're creating. We're creating a podcast, but also we're giving each other advice. We tell each other oh, hey, I found this out. Maybe you should try it out. I looked into it. I think I might try it out too. Or even ways to make money. We share that with each other. or like, hey, you know, I learned this, I didn't realize how easy it was, like even stuff like that. Because if you surround your friends with people that are like waking up late, or just wasting time, like constantly scrolling on their phone or playing video games, you're gonna, it gives you, it's like it's giving yourself an example, like they're doing it, why can't I? Like it's okay, like look, he's fine, he's doing it, I can do it too. But you would want to surround yourself with people who are like, hey, they're successful, they went through all this discipline, and look at what they reached, and you're like, I want to do that too. So
See that?
yeah. I thought my screen turned off, but I guess not. But where was I? Oh yeah, so surrounding yourself with people like that. And yeah, there's been a lot of successful people that say that what was it, the 5 people around you, your 5 closest friends, or 5 closest people, even if they're not friends, family members, siblings, whatever you want to call them, is that those people, their actions, their habits, they're more likely to rub off on you. So you end up being like them, or maybe even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta surround yourself with people that are gonna elevate you, and yeah, like starting all this, it's tough, and it's like you don't gotta wait for a new year. Like obviously, like that's everybody's mark, and it's not bad, but like you don't have to wait for like a specific date. Like you could be like, you know what, I'm gonna start this now, or I'm gonna start this tomorrow morning. But you see, like, don't be like tomorrow morning and not get it done. Like, you actually put yourself through it. And what Anthony said about waking up early and stuff like that, yeah, that it feels amazing. Because I was the person that would wake up at like 10, 11, and then like you feel sluggish. Like I don't know why, but comparing to waking up at 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, is around the time I wake up, to what I used to wake up at, like I feel so much more energized. And like Anthony said, it's like when you wake up that early, your first instinct is like, oh, I'm gonna scroll through social media, or I'm gonna go watch a movie, or I'm gonna go play something. You know, when you get up, you're like you feel good about yourself. Like, damn, I'm up before everybody else. Like I'm gonna go get stuff done. Like the first thing I do when I get up, I make my bed. That way I don't have to worry about it the rest of the day, and that's already one little task accomplished. Like, hey, maybe the whole rest of the day goes to shit for whatever reason, but at least I completed one task. And then from there, I wake up, drink water, and on to the gym. I walk there. So I walk to the gym, and as soon as I get there, you work out. And then for me, by like 7:30, I'm done with my workout. I already made my bed. I drink water, which is very important, drinking water. And sometimes if I have time, I'll be able to read a couple minutes of my book, because I try to read every day. That's another important thing. So I read 10 to 15 minutes. I shower, I get dressed. I'm done with all this by 7:30. And that's when people are barely getting up to go to work, barely getting up to go to school. Or maybe they're not even up yet. And look at all the things I accomplished already ahead of them. Like if that's another thing, like you feel like, damn, like this shit fucking sucks. Like to be like, oh, you know what? I'm better than the next person. Like even if there's somebody you don't like don't hate on them, but be like, you know what? I don't like them, but look, I'm doing this better than them. And no, you don't want to like turn it into hate, but like fuel. Give yourself the same way you give yourself excuses to be lazy and that it's okay. Give yourself excuses as to why you need to wake up early. Just flip all those excuses into positive ones. So yeah, it feels good. Like I don't know how, and you don't feel sluggish in the morning. Like you wake up energized. Like I don't know, you get like an adrenaline, a dopamine rush. It's like you just feel good, and it's nice because you feel accomplished. Yeah, by like 7:30, you're like, damn, I already did all this and this and this. On to the next thing, because you don't want to stop. Like I've been so productive. Let me see what else I can do before the day runs out.
Exactly. And then, okay, you know what? Matter of fact, if you're watching this right now, I don't want to steal the push-ups things because I know Andrew Tate said that. But if you're watching this right now, go outside and run 10 laps right now. Yeah, don't come back unless you finish 10 laps.
And while you're at it, drink a full cup of water because believe me, you probably haven't drank water all day. What'd you drink, soda?
Yeah. Sparkling water. But you can do still this time, just for this time. So run 10 laps, water, and then when is this? Today, I'm gonna post this Monday morning. So if you're watching this on any other day but Monday, make sure, set your reminder, Monday, 6 a.m. I want you to wake up before 6 a.m. at 5:30 and hit the gym. If you can't, if you don't have a gym membership, find some dumbbells, find anything.
Calisthenics, do it at home.
Exactly. You can do push-ups, you can do pull-ups, and then, or run a lap. You should be running already, so I don't know if you can still hear me, but run a lap. So yeah, so that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hopefully we helped. Hopefully we touched on a lot of topics. As we said, we're not perfect ourselves, but everything we are telling you is authentic. We are doing it too, and we'll show you. We'll start posting. We'll start showing you. We'll let our actions do the talking. And then yeah, we just want, and we want you guys to help us too. Hopefully you take at least something out of what we said. Hopefully you apply something and you're like, yeah, it doesn't have to be this changed my life, but hopefully, you take something, you're like, yeah, this really helped me, or this made a huge impact in my life. Thank you for this.
Gives you a different perspective.
Exactly. And then if you have any comments, please encourage you. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions. I'd encourage you to comment, suggestions, how we can be better. Any questions we have, we can tell you how you can be better. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Anything to add before we finish, Angel?
Yeah, and ask us, like you said, ask us any questions, and like we said before, we're not perfect. If we don't know the answer, we'll find out the answer and we'll give it to you, or we'll direct you to somebody that knows. So yeah, we're just trying to help. Any suggestions, comment, we appreciate that, and we're not doing it for the fame. We're doing it to help you and to help ourselves. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.
We're out. Peace.